Just on a quick deal with the ag report, it is looking like the U.S. is going to be producing very similar to last year. Not exactly a record, mildly above average, which is good. Commodity prices have been coming down lately. There's some good signs out of China that they have been producing for their summer crop was a bit better than they were expecting, but I personally won't believe that until about December when we know that definitively. They've done this before in order to drive down prices to buy South American grain cheap, but it looks like they probably are doing all right. But aside from that, just there's been too much heat in Europe, but they're probably going to be okay. The U.S., the droughts in the Southwest are still not great, but there's enough irrigation for now. So probably no major famine, but food prices will probably be up, especially in places like the Middle East and East Africa.
Hey, well, it sounds like not as bad as it could have been.
No, but a lot of this is not good long term if the fertilizer situation is not resolved. Basically, the ground can store nitrogen for a while, but from what I've been reading, a lot of places, especially with marginal ground, particularly in like Africa and South America, their soil is not as good as ours, which is in like temperate zones. They rely more heavily on artificial fertilizers in order to have just like a crop that would be considered pretty poor in the States. And if they don't get more fertilizer, there isn't going to be any left in the soil to use next year. Because like we probably have 50% of our fertilizer in the ground at any given time. But, you know, if you burn through that, it's gone and you can't make that up. So maybe we'll get some more crop rotations. But, yes, the U.S. could probably also do to step up its game. I personally am very disappointed in the leadership of the USDA. So,
really,
yeah.
What more do they want? What more do you want them to be doing?
Well, I mean, basically for the last, since Obama took office, we've had Vilsack and Sonny Perdue, and I mean, you had Vilsack, who's the big dairy guy, and he somewhat half-heartedly supports ethanol. Then you had Perdue, who was really big for meat packers. Basically, one of the easiest ways you could help alleviate the water problems in the Southwest is to basically outlaw the production of alfalfa down there. That would kill the dairy industry in the Southwest overnight, which would be great. We have an ocean of milk in Canada and in the Great Lakes region of the United States. You could get all your milk from there, and the number one water drain in the Southwest would be gone. It would probably buy them an extra decade of time. No moves to do it because he is completely bought by the dairy industry. Purdue tried to reduce regulations when it came to meat packing plants. The Midwest really didn't like it because of how bad it would have screwed up our water supplies. Like, you know, you're pretty terrible when Iowa is even like telling you, yeah, no, we're not going to relax these regulations. So, right. I mean, just the people in charge of these agencies are uninspiring hacks that need to be replaced by, I don't know, somebody who dreams maybe or isn't completely bought off. But yeah, just their leadership is terrible, and they have so much power. Particularly the Secretary of Agriculture. When it comes to climate change, the USDA is probably the third most powerful agency in the country just because of its ability to impact the environment. It could be a leader on this. It's not being a leader on this, and that's really disappointing.
Yeah.
So
I for a long time, I've been reading on sort of democratic failures and sort of like when it comes to agriculture policy writ large. But, as Aaron is not cool says, everything is going to be bad soon. Thanks for the optimism call, Kowalski.
No, things will get better. Like, I have no doubt things will get better. I mean, this isn't supposed to be like depressing or anything. It's just like what's happening, and now we know what we are up against. And I mean, I would rather know what's coming than not know. That way nobody gets blindsided. So, yeah, I hope nobody actually gets like depressed or anything from this. The first time I ever called into you guys' show, it was just because I felt like there was a lack of anybody who had like the perspective of grain farmers.
Absolutely.
So,
No, I mean, I was joking, and I think Aaron is not cool, is also joking. No, I think it's very helpful. I also think that
feel
it's
slightly personally attacked by the Aaron is not cool I-emmer. My name's Aaron. Am I not cool?
Whoa! All right,
Damn.
I didn't realize this was gonna go like that. But
Aaron Beef.
But
now.
you have a farmer's perspective on things, which is and over the past couple of, well, I guess almost 2 decades, I've become friendly with a couple of farmers, and I will say, like, there is a like there is a certain amount of like not resignation, but there's a calmness to these things because of the weather. That's what I feel like it is, because you can't control the weather. You're gonna have to deal with it, and it's part of it. Like I still haven't gotten that zen when it comes to like planting and growing stuff. I'm like, I just like I can't handle it if like trying to do cucumbers from seedlings and they don't grow, or they're eaten by a groundhog. For me, it takes months to recover from that.
Well, to fill that zen, we've had 3 weeks of no rain in Nebraska. And right now I'm sitting on my four-wheeler out in a cornfield, and it's starting to rain. And you know what? I don't even think I'm going to move. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it and listen to you guys. So,
all right, have fun.
For that, I'm signing off.
All right.
Bye.
There's Kowalski sitting in the rain on his four-wheeler. Dan from Columbus, this Aaron on Aaron violence has got to stop. It's got to stop.